Wake up call. Okay, I almost had to like sleep with my horse Sunday night after a barrel race because I wasn't gonna leave her, and I was literally stranded. Hello, this is Shelby Oleschlager, and I'm sitting in my barn. I got all set up and set up my camera to have my massage therapist come today, and I totally didn't realize it's the wrong day. The day's right, just it's next week on this day, so stay tuned for that one. It will come up soon. Anyway, so I thought it was a good opportunity to do a video, especially when I sit in my barn and do stalls. I always just start thinking about things as I'm shoveling away, and one thing that I always kind of go back to in my head is when I was interning. And there's so many things that went on, and I wish, like with some people, that I could just have the last word and just say something, because there's things that really bothered me and that were really tough about, first of all, working for strangers, and secondly, doing like hard work. And some of the conditions weren't ideal, and it just was definitely like the last little bit of my trip was like the conditions weren't the best. But I mean, I think honestly the last month I learned the most. Maybe not necessarily about riding horses or training horses, which really kind of bummed me out and bothered me, but the one thing that I wrote down that I kind of wanted to talk about eventually is having people that offer you stuff is very valuable. And I mean that in a sense, like I'm not the person to really ask for a lot of help and ask for people to do things that are going to inconvenience them in order to help me, because I just feel like I'm just not like that, and I feel uncomfortable doing it. So I just don't usually, and I just kind of take whatever someone's going to give me or offer me for what it is. For me, when I was working for someone and I didn't have the proper equipment to handle, let's say, the temperature of the area I was in, because I was planning on staying in Texas the whole time, or Oklahoma, so I brought all summer clothes and I ended up going far north, and I was there till the end of October pretty well. So I only had summer stuff, and all of a sudden I'm working in the northern states where it was going down to 0 and I was not equipped for it. And also I was running out of money. I couldn't really just go buy new stuff when I knew I had my rubber boots and nice gloves and everything back waiting for me at home. So I kind of like asked for some help, and to me, if I had someone working for me that was from a different country, I would have totally have just offered them anything they needed. Like, they're working hard for me, so I'm gonna give them what they need. If they need gloves or boots or another coat, like 100% take whatever you need. And that didn't really happen for me, and it was kind of shocking. The one really good story. So this is where it gets good, and this is pure story. I went to a show by myself, and I didn't have a truck or trailer, so I got dropped off to a show that was about 25 minutes from where I was living and where my horse was and the barn was and everything. So I got dropped off on the Friday, and I had to go back and forth, so 20 minutes. I had to go to the show, take care of my horse and try and run and everything, go back home, back to the workplace, do all their stalls and everything during the day, make sure I had my entries and my draw was later in the day, so I had time to do all the stalls, which took most of the day, and then go into town to where the show was, make sure my horse was all good, go and run and do my stuff. And the one family that I knew, they were there as well, so that was kind of nice. Every morning I wasn't gonna go 20 minutes just to feed my horse. I had Marshmallow. I wasn't gonna go all the way there to just feed her and then have to go all the way back to work all day and then come back. So I asked them if they could kind of take care of her in the morning and make sure she was good and fed all day. And I was really just trusting them that they were gonna help me out and take care of her, so I didn't have to do so much running around. So I really didn't even have time. Like, I was hustling, getting these stalls done and horses fed so I could go to this show and go to the barrel race as quickly as possible. So Sunday rolls around, and I didn't ask to get picked up. And the people I was with were at a futurity, so they were home already. This was like Sunday evening rolls around. I'm like, okay, the show's almost over. Text them, hey, so like, are you planning on picking my horse up? or I don't know what I said. I made it sound nicer than that, but I was just like, hey, like, so I don't have a ride back. And I was really expecting him to offer to, you know, like say, oh, when's your show done? I can come and like get your horse. Considering I was working for them, and they're the ones that dropped me off in the first place. And yeah, he didn't offer at all. So I started panicking because I'm in a different freaking country. I don't really know many people, and now all of a sudden I'm supposed to figure out who lives the direction that I have to go. So I messaged someone, like the people's dad that lived on the property as well. I messaged him and I was like, hey, like, do you know someone that could take me home? Because the guy said, yeah, like, sorry, we're home already, meaning he's not coming to take my horse. So the dad said, oh, well, can't you leave her there for the night? I'm like, yeah, no, probably not. This horse is like, I'm not gonna leave her there. The show's over. I'm not gonna leave one horse in an abandoned barn. I did find someone, like, not even, like, the people that I was working for did not help me or help me find a ride. It was the dad that connected me with some lady that was going that direction, and she was able to take my horse. So I was very, very thankful for her, and I said thank you a lot. But then still, the next day it wasn't enough. I got talked to about it, saying, well, like, well, what, did you pay her? I'm like, no, like, she drove 20 minutes the same direction she had to go anyways, and also I seriously do not have money. And yeah, it's kind of ironic. There's other things I go on that is like, if I'm your responsibility, why didn't you freaking pay her? Like, why are you getting mad at me, asking me, and thinking that I should have done it when you're the one that dropped me off at the show, didn't pick me up, and got mad because I wasn't thankful enough and didn't give the girl money to drive me? I'm like, yeah, it was such an interesting trip. So with that, I think maybe I should put myself out there a bit more and not just assume people are gonna be nice people, because they're not. Lesson learned. I learned something. Wasn't about barrel racing, but hey, it's about people, and some people are just not who you want to be around with. And if someone doesn't offer either to do something for you, maybe you don't want to be around them anyways. That's kind of what I think. Like, if someone can't offer something nice and just do it out of decency, maybe you need to reevaluate that person. So that's what I learned, and this is my story. So hopefully you can take something from it as well. Thank you for watching.